This will delay me a whole day. We're sitting here this morning talking about our schedule, and we're also talking about a live stream we're planning on doing. Brianna really has had it on her heart to share some of her experience with birth and information about home birth. So we're actually going to do some live videos. We're going to do our first live video this coming Sunday. So April 25th, Sunday afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Show up on YouTube for a live about home birth and birth experiences.
Well, this first one, we're going to do a series throughout my pregnancy. But this first one is just going to be an overview of our birth stories with each child, and then the plan for this birth and why it's a little different. And then we'll get into more of the technical things about home birth and answer a lot of those questions because I've gotten so many in future videos. But we're going to just start with our experience, and then we'll get into more of the technicalities of home birth and answer your questions in the future. And we have a special birthday video coming up soon of his birth.
Yep, that's right.
Yep. After 3 years, we're finally going to post his birth.
Hey.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good, just trying to finally get these potatoes planted. Yeah, it's just a white skin potato. So what I'm doing is just cutting them into pieces for planting, because each of these eyes can actually be a plant. I don't usually cut each eye though. This one I'll probably do in half or in thirds. I like a nice big chunk. It seems to be more productive when there is a couple of eyes, so I prefer that.
I don't know if you guys ever seen this, but as little as just one eye can actually create a plant. Sometimes even potato skins will actually grow into plants and grow potatoes.
I would just use the potatoes that we grew last year because we have some left over that we could use as seed potato. But I wanted to try some different varieties. We've been growing the same. What's the variety that we grow out here?
Kennebec, maybe?
Yeah, we've been growing Kennebecs every year since we started growing potatoes. And although we like them, we don't love them. And what we really love are fingerling potatoes and the thin-skinned potatoes. These Russian banana fingerling potatoes. And I got these rose fin. Let me make sure that's right. Yeah, I got these rose fin fingerling potatoes. I'm really excited about that because these are varieties that we really like to eat. And I know, like, on nights whenever I don't want as much work, I always keep a little bag of easy potatoes around. So I thought, why not just grow the easy potatoes? And what I mean by that is that I don't need to peel them. They can just be cooked the way that they are. These are the white skin potatoes. They're not huge, but I'm cutting them in about half. I mean, you honestly could do every eye a plant, but I have just found that they really produce better with a couple of eyes and not cutting them too small. And I feel like I have enough seed, especially with what we have in our storage room, that I can be generous with the cuts.
Yeah. There's a little safer way to get in there.
Is it a little safer than jumping across?
Yeah. I'll make it safer, don't worry. Come on, Halder.
Why?
You can come inside if you want.
Okay. Oh. Ooh. This will be fun. Dad, you should try that.
You like it?
Yeah.
Is it a good little spot? This can be y'all's playroom for now.
Yeah.
Once I get it safer.
What?
Once I get it a little safer. Don't go near the edge. Is it a good size for kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it put a bridge on here?
Yeah, I put a little bridge for you. Joyful is driving some screws to finish off that deck inside. It was really cold last night, so we covered our strawberries so the blooms wouldn't freeze, because we anticipate and hope for a huge strawberry harvest and didn't want those early ones to get killed. We want to get them as soon as we can. I'm going to uncover them though before it gets too hot in the sun. I think we probably didn't need to cover them. We didn't cover these new ones, even though they have some blooms. We're not really counting on getting a crop. We were counting on our crop coming from these. But these plants actually look fine, and the blooms aren't obviously frozen. Sometimes you can see it. Often you can see it right away. They like start wilting and turning brown. So it was probably an unnecessary precaution.
Dad, the white dog is still here.
I know. White dog is hanging out.
Yeah, I love the white dog.
Yeah, they're cool dogs.
Hey, Dad.
Hey.
I'm just going to drink that I'm really thirsty, and I'm not going to drink any more water out of here.
What?
And I'm not going to drink more water out of here.
Where did you drink water out of?
Thirsty.
Don't do that.
But I was thirsty.
My 2-year-old just came to me and said, I drank water out of the creek, but I'm not going to do it again, which usually means I'm about to do it again, and I don't want you to think that I'm going to do it again. Hey, don't drink water out of the creek, buddy. He knows he's not supposed to. Don't do it. Come over here, I'll give you a drink if you're really thirsty. It's not likely to make him sick, but it could make him extremely sick. I used to drink out of creeks when I was a kid. All the time, actually. Just drink it straight out of there. You see the ice? There's ice down there. All right, it's the cow's turn to have some fresh water. Hey bud, how's it going? Hey lady. You all want to come out? Come out, enjoy the sun, find some food. Chicken's chasing me. They think I'm going to feed them. I'm not. I'm going to feed them later today. I'll let them be hungry and go out and find food for a while, which they're very good at. The kids are ready to run a little over 100 yards up the hill to jump in and do their school this morning. I have a dilemma though. I have a pretty big dilemma. I was getting ready just to throw the metal roof on. I have more purlins to put on, but then I was going to get the metal roof on. My goal was get the metal roof on today. But then I was thinking about it, and I think I'm going to do one additional step before I put the roof on, and that is put a very thin layer of insulation and plywood between these purlins so that that roof line has a little insulation in it, which will keep the root cellar cool, but more just keep that space permanently warmer and then cooler, honestly, in the summer. This is my only chance to do it in that space, in this narrow band on top of those rafters. And it would make it look really nice inside. This will delay me a whole day. I don't want to delay the project today, and I also don't want to spend the couple $100 it'll be for plywood and 1-inch closed cell foam. But I think if I don't do it, honestly, I would regret it long term. So on that note, I think I'm just gonna pull the trigger, go get that material, and try to get that wrapped up today. You editing again? How many in a row is this?
I think I've done them all for the past week, haven't I?
Yeah, five maybe.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I like that I feel good enough to do it, so you can do what you need to do. But it means I'm missing out on gardening.
I took out the deep. It's 10:51.
Yeah, I know.
He drank out of the creek, you said.
So earlier when I was talking about the potatoes in the video to you guys, I was telling you all this information assuming I had gotten the correct variety from the company, but it's not. They sent me a white potato, which is basically the same thing as the Kennebec, which is what we grow every year that I was trying to not grow this year. I was actually trying to grow a yellow skin variety that has like a yellow flesh and it has a much thinner skin. It makes it just so much easier to cook them.
You told them you wanted like a no peel variety?
I didn't tell them anything. I ordered it. I put it in the cart. So anyways, now we basically have 40 pounds of the same variety we have downstairs and could have planted for free.
So they sent you what you ordered though, right?
I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet.
Okay.
I could be. Maybe it was pregnancy brain, but I know what I wanted and meant to order. So why would I put a white potato in my cart? So now I'm like, do we even plant these? Because I would honestly rather just buy like 200 pounds of yellow skinned potatoes from Azure Standard at the end of the season than plant these again.
We give the seed potato away to people. We know people who do their own.
Yeah, they'd want it. But then I hate not growing potatoes. It's like one of my favorite things to grow.
We have all the fingers.
But it's only like one row probably. So I need to think about if we're gonna plant potatoes or not. I mean, we'll definitely plant the fingerlings. So I've been pretty frustrated this morning, but editing was taking my mind off of that. But I don't know what to do. We gotta talk about it.
Several hours later, and we have the materials. We're gonna just do this. I'll show you. If you didn't understand what I was talking about, I'll show you. Okay, so I got this side done. It took longer than I thought it would, but it looks really good. Well, I got the wood done. I still have to put the insulation in these little pockets here. Some of you are probably wondering why I just didn't use plywood sheathing. Well, two answers. One, this was a last minute thing. I said, hey, if I do this, I'll never have to touch that roof line again, ever. The other answer is this is way, way stronger and these boards will have a much stronger hold for those roofing screws, so those roofing screws will never come out. This thing's gonna last, maybe not forever, but for a very, very long time. And so, yeah, I'm just building it solid, really, really, really solid. Probably overly solid, but that's how I like to do it. That's also the reason I'm using screws and no nails. It's because nails are way faster and they are cheaper, but they're weaker. Things come apart eventually. This thing is gonna last us a lifetime, and honestly, if our kids are out here, it'll last well into their lifetime, if not through their lifetime. I like to think in 100 years, people will actually still be storing food in this thing. I don't think that's unreasonable considering how we're building it. Another reason why I went with this plywood insulation plan is because look behind me, this is what you'll see on the inside. If there was just sheet metal there, it's a lot easier to damage than having that full support. And look at it, it looks awesome. So that will be like the finished interior surface and then rafters, nothing else up here for this little playroom. So that's it. I don't have to come back and insulate or pack it down. It leaves more space between the rafters for kids to stand up in. Look how it looks on the inside of the ceiling? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, here we go. Hand me some screws, buddy.
I just need them out for you.
Nope, just stay in there. You're gonna hand it to me from in there. Right there. All right, Justice, hold still right there.
The juice. Dad, the juice is here.
Put those back in.
Here.
Yep, thank you. All right, you're good. Okay, we've been summoned for supper in 5 minutes. So we gotta wrap up, guys. Okay, got all the plywood. Used my very last screw. I'm gonna leave my tools out, come right back down after supper and feed the cows. Let me show you though. This is what it looks like up here. And I think it turned out really good. Way better than just metal roofing up there. All right.
Smells like white broccoli. He means cauliflower. Did you make that lasso all by yourself?
Well, yeah.
I did it lasso.
Can I wipe your nose?
I'm gonna lasso.
Check with it.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh, nice earplugs. Did you get your own set?
How are you?
I am so tired.
Me too.
I bet you are. You're tired from working hard. I'm tired from growing babies. I did get that video done. It was difficult to edit. And I made dinner.
Great
And I
job.
went grocery shopping. And I did school. Yes, I did school.
Thank you.
It's horrible.
I
Yep.
like thinking of the accomplishments I get done because I often feel like I don't get as much done as I would like in a day.
Lasso.
You got his lasso.
Woo! So I like thinking about what I did get done because I'm like, wait a second, I did okay. But the house is totally a mess.
This looks like a wonderful meal. It looks wonderful.